Well, I thought today I would finally pick up the camera and show y'all what I'm doing. I'm canning some more chicken. I only have 5 half pints. The last bit of chicken I canned, it was $1.99 a pound, and I think this was $2.49 a pound. And it should be enough to get me through the winter if it just keeps going up. So I'll have enough to do, some, chicken pot pie, the usual things, chicken and noodles, chicken salad, chicken fajitas, pull it out and shred it. Just whatever I use chicken breast in. Taco soup, chicken taco soup, chicken chili. This should do me up for the winter. And I've got it packed in there good, and I'm fixing to fill it with a little bit of water. And this batch, I put garlic powder and some chicken bouillon seasoning. The last batch, I did some with green chilies and salt. Maybe a little bit, and some bouillon in that also. But this is not going to fill up my canner, no way. So I'm also going to can beans in with it. They both process for 75 minutes. So I'm going to get this finished up and get the water in it and start on my beans. All right, I'm going to start on my beans, and I'm going to do 4 jars of my black beans, and I have a half a cup of black beans here. And I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of cumin. You can season your beans however you like them. On my black beans, I usually do those in more spicy dishes, so I'm putting the cumin in there. And then my salt. And I'll put the water in it and bring it up to a 1/2 inch headspace. It's all cold because my chicken's cold, and I'm putting this in with my chicken to fill up my canner. And that looks good. I'll wipe my rim down. And put my lid on. And put it in the canner. And I'll do up the 4 jars of the black beans, and then I have enough for 2 jars of red and 2 jars of the white beans. So on the white and the red, I'm just going to put salt and garlic powder in those. So I'm going to put this in the counter and finish up the rest of them. All right, I'm moving on to something else because I have my jars in the pressure canner, and I'm waiting for the steam to start coming out so I can let it vent for 10 minutes and then put my gauge on it, but it hadn't started yet. So I had done some, canned some tomatoes, and I saved the tomato peelings, and I'm gonna put them in my little coffee grinder and add them to, this is some that I had done before and made tomato powder. So I'm gonna do these up now, start on that. And you don't do very many at one time, so takes a while, but it gets done. Let's see, that's not on there. There we go. Kind of pulls it, kind of flips it up. And it takes a while to get it into a powder. Anyways, I'm gonna work on this, get that done. You can see that's all it's done. And add it to my jar while I'm waiting on my pressure canner to come up. It didn't take very long. It's finished. Now I can add that to soups that I make if I need some tomato seasoning in it, or I can make a tomato paste. It didn't take that long to do, and I filled that jar up almost. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, it came up to pressure, and it's doing a jiggle. So I'm going to set my timer for 75 minutes. Keep an eye on it. And in 75 minutes, I'll turn it off and let it sit for a couple minutes. And then I'll remove the lid. Kind of tilt it off a little bit and let it set for a little more. And then I'll take them out and I'll show you. Okay, I wanted to add one thing on here. My Presto is a 23 quart. It didn't come with the jiggler. It came with this right here. And I was constantly adjusting my temperature on my stove. You would go by this here, and it would start going up too much, and I'd turn it down, and it'd start going down too much. I mean, I could not find what they call a sweet spot. And I got the jiggler, and I love canning now. I really didn't like it before because I just had to stand right over this stove. And I'm still here. I don't ever walk off and go in, out of the room and leave it, but I don't have to stare at it all the time. So if you have a Presto, I suggest looking into getting the jiggler because it's made canning, for me, so much more enjoyable. Okay, the pressures went down and the pin has dropped, and I cocked the lid just a little bit, and I'll do that for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll remove them. But I wanted to show you, I decided since I'm going through my day, I'm going to make a new recipe. Well, it's new to me. I've never done it. I got the recipe from my niece, and I know my daughters made them too, and they said they're real good. And it's chicken enchiladas. And what you'll need is, it says 2 pounds of boneless breast meat, 1 1/4 cups of the sour cream, chili powder. Oops, I forgot my chili powder. I better get that out. Tablespoon of butter, 1 small chopped onion, 1 4-ounce can of green chilies. I guess I'll weigh that out because I had that frozen. I took that out of the freezer. A package of mild taco seasoning, 1 bunch of chopped green onions, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of lime juice, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 5 12-inch tortillas, which I don't have. I have the smaller ones, but I'll make do. 3 cups of shredded cheddar cheese divided, and 1 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce, which mine is bigger, but I'll open it up and get 10 ounces out, and 1 6-ounce can of sliced black olives, which I don't have, but it's not a changer. It's not, I mean, it's okay. I'd like to have them, but I don't. All right, I'm going to get the chicken. You're supposed to cook it. It starts off telling you to put your chicken breast in water and cover and bring to boil, reduce to medium-low heat, and simmer until the chicken's no longer pink, about 10 minutes. But I have my chicken here that I've canned in, and it has green chilies in it. And I'm just going to open that up and shred that, and my chicken will be done. And then I'll get the amounts that I need for my green chilies and this, and get my chili powder out, and I'll start it. So I'll be right back. Okay, the first thing it says to do after shredding up your chicken, which I already took out of the jar and shredded. It tastes really good. I had to taste it. Okay, it says to combine cream of chicken soup, sour cream, and chili powder in a saucepan. Bring to simmer over a low heat, stirring occasionally, then turn it off and cover it and keep it warm. So I'll do that. 1 can of cream of chicken. I almost opened up a can of chicken noodle soup and just happened to notice is what I had out instead of the cream of chicken. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Turn on my, help if I turn the burner on. And how much was this? 1 1/4 cups of sour cream. Don't want to waste any. Probably all up in the camera. Okay. Stir that in together. I've never made this before. I hope it's good. They say it's real good. And knowing me, sometimes I read recipes wrong and do things wrong, but I'm going to do my best not to on this. Okay, turn it up just a little bit and get it going. Looks good. All right, I'm gonna bring that up to, I'm gonna heat that up and simmer it for a little bit and turn it off and let it, cover it up and set it aside, and I'll come back with the others. All right, the onions are ready. And from there it says to, I'm trying to read my recipe, add the shredded chicken. I need to turn my heat down a little. The green chili, that was 4 ounces of green chili. A cup of water. This looks like it's going to be good. And a package of taco seasoning. Make sure I'm getting this right. Stir onion, okay, blah, blah. Add shredded chicken, chopped green chili, taco seasoning. Oh yeah, taco seasoning, and then half of my chopped green onion, which it was supposed to be, it called for 1 bunch of green onions. And I'm going to add half of them into this mixture. I have these all chopped and ready to go. Okay, half of them. Okay. Oh, my thing fell in the deal. I believe that's all I'm supposed to add right now. Okay. Allow to simmer for 10 minutes and then stir in lime juice, onion powder, and garlic powder. Better turn it down if I'm going to let it simmer. It doesn't have a lot of water. I'm going to let that simmer for 10 minutes. I'm going to cover it where it won't have any liquid to it. And then I'll add the chili powder and the onion powder and the lime juice, and I believe it said to simmer for another 10 minutes. Now I'm going to stir in a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of lime juice. Let's see, here's my teaspoon. I need my half a teaspoon, and it's probably dirty. Let's see, half a teaspoon there. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And half a teaspoon of onion powder. Now I'm supposed to let this simmer another 10 minutes. Oh, it smells good. And I did start my oven at 350, preheating. I've let it simmer for another 10 minutes, and now here it says to put in 1 cup of the soup and sour cream mixture in with the chicken. And I tasted this sour cream mixture. Oh, it's good. I think that's going to have a really creamy, good flavor. Turn that off because it's warm. Burners keep it warm. I don't know, maybe I should have simmered it a little more. Don't make a lot. And then it said to take the remaining of the mixture and put in a 9 by 13 pan. Let me scoop this off the burner. I can't get up over here where you can see what I'm doing. Hope you can see that because my stove's hot and I really can't move it. Okay. The rest of this will go in the bottom of this pan. Somewhere. Okay, I'll try to spread it evenly out. It's a pretty thick mixture. And then from there, it says, I don't want to waste any of it, to spread the remaining of the mixture on the bottom of the baking dish. Fill each tortilla with the chicken mixture and sprinkle cheese over the chicken filling before folding. Before folding it. Now, where's my spoon? I've done something with my spoon. Get another one. It's gonna be hot. And let's sprinkle some cheese in it. I wished I'd had the big tortillas. Kind of turn it to the side. Okay, I have them. Let me see, make sure y'all can see. Now it says to pour the enchilada sauce evenly over them. I don't like a lot of enchilada sauce, so I probably won't put all of it on there. Okay, that's enough for me. And then cover with 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. I'm just putting cheese on there. I think this was both packages about 3 cups. Okay, then sprinkle the rest of the green chopped onions over the top. And this also is where I'm supposed to have some black olives, but I don't have any. And I can almost bet you my niece left the onions off. She doesn't like onions. I love them. Okay. Bake in a preheated oven until, and I've got it at 350, until it's heated thoroughly and cheese is melted and bubbly, about 25 minutes. Okay, it's ready, it looks good. I'm gonna have my husband try it, and he's not one for chicken enchiladas, are you?
No, it don't got pin feathers in it.
No, it doesn't have pin feathers. We're gonna have some refried beans and this. Okay, when I dip his up, I'll come back and we'll see how it tastes. What do you think of it?
Oh, gee,
It's good.
it worked good.
Okay, he says it's good.
Yep.
I took a bite of it. It is good. So,
No problem with it.
all right.
She left her pin feathers out.
Yeah, I left the pin feathers out of the chicken. That's my canned chicken too.
Good.
I did leave the pin feathers out. All right, it was good.
Yes.